making the shaving cream backgrounds. Kayla, this is just for you. Haha. So it's not expensive in any way, but it is a little messy. So I have a few things in addition to what I'm showing here. We have shaving cream, and it's the foam kind, not the gel kind, and you gotta make sure it's shaken up really well. I have, you need some sort of stir stick, whether it's a toothpick or a disposable spoon or your finger or whatever it is, something to swirl the shaving cream. These are reinkers. They make them for all the ink pads. There's some in every color. I decided to start with a Christmassy looking background today, so I'm going to start with red and green, but I have several color combinations. And then you need cardstock, and I cut this down into the size of normal cards. They're just sheets of cardstock. This one is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that way you can just plop them onto cards and you've got your background all done. I think that the effect is a lot better if you use glossy cardstock. So you might notice with my light there shining on it that this cardstock has a glossy coating. I just think it absorbs the ink better and it looks more dynamic. But I have a few of each kind. So for each color we'll use one of each, and then you can decide for yourself what you like best. Okay. The other thing I have is a tray. I just use, a regular tray. And I usually just use aluminum foil, but all I had today, I can't believe I'm out of aluminum foil. All I had today is the wax paper, parchment paper, and I have some paper towels here because I'm a big slob. So basically the whole idea of this is to just put shaving cream across your table and then use your knife to kind of spread it out a little bit. You can use a paper plate to do this if you'd prefer. The idea is to just make it big enough so that your card will fit, because you want color on all of the parts of your card. So it's got to be a fair amount. Good, guys. Seriously. Okay, the next thing is to just drop a few colors of the reinker. I have the green apple and the candy apple. And then you use your knife or stir stick or whatever you got to swirl the colors. And the idea is you want the background to not be too muddy, so you don't want to swirl it so much that you get all one color of, basically brown or gray. So you want to see those swirls. And then you just take your cardstock and smush it down into the shaving cream. Now see, this is the messy part, but it is the reveal, which is really fun. Look, it looks like nothing, but I have a paper towel and I'm going to wipe it off. Okay, it's a mess. Like I said, it's a messy job. But when you wipe it all off, and I'll move this out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. When you wipe off the excess, the ink has absorbed into the cardstock, and it makes this cool background. Look at that. So that would be a really neat background for candy canes or something. Maybe I want to add more green to it, whatever. So if I'm going to do it again, and this time use the glossy, I'm going to add just a little more green. And you wouldn't have to add more because, you have plenty of ink on there to do the effect. But I added more since I want this one to look a little more greenish. Okay. And then I'm going to use the glossy cardstock to make my next mess, right? And you peel it off. If you don't want white spaces, just dab it again. The idea is to have enough of a swirl effect so that it looks really cool. You know, it's like you got to realize most of the time you're going to be stamping an image or using this, you know, putting a piece of cardstock on the front. So it is kind of important to have more swirls around the edge than you think, because, you know, when you first look at this, you think, oh, cool, look at the swirls up here. But if you put something in the center and cover that middle up, it's really important that you can see the background around the edge. So there's the Christmas one. I think that turned out pretty well. I'm gonna get rid of this messy part and get ready for the next one. Since it's fall, I did pick up some fall colors because I really want to do something with leaves. I gotta admit, that's kind of fun. Okay. And then, so maybe this time I'm gonna do the saffron, which is like a gold color, and a darker gold. I'm gonna add paprika. You know, this is really sad, but kids really love to do this. I remember doing this with Jen and Kayla and Taylor when they were younger. Do you remember that, Kayla? Okay, so we're swirling this stuff around, and the idea here is I kind of want I wanted sort of a fall background so that I could put my leaves and stuff on it. That looks very party to me, so I'm going to add some more of the brown. I don't know if that helped or hurt. Okay, and then the next thing is to smash your cardstock into it, and the idea is, again, to make the swirls. And while I have that, I'm going to use the coated cardstock and do another one. It's so messy. It is really cool when it's done, though. All right, so there's that. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to wipe these off so you can see what they look like. So you can kind of see that would be really neat with fall leaves on it. You have to let them dry just a little bit before you could put them on your card, which, you know, seems obvious, but regular cardstock tends to absorb the moisture from that shaving cream, and it gets a little flimsy until it dries. But I think that turned out really cool. All right, so the next thing I have is I really want to do a Halloween background because I'm kind of into the Halloween stamps right now. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And here's my tray again. Get rid of that one. I really do try to make it so it's not super messy everywhere, but normally I would clean up a little bit in between. All right. So for the Halloween one, I'm going to spread this out a little bit so it's a little flatter. Okay. I'm going to use black. And I'm going to use some of the purples and greens. This one is a lighter purple. I don't really want it to be dominant. And then here's that candy apple green again. All right, let's see what this looks like. So we'll swirl it like I said, that lighter purple, I'm not sure I would want that to dominate. But you could see where this would look really cool, like if you were going to make a Halloween card that had like a cauldron on it or creepy Halloween face. Maybe after these dry, I'll make some cards and show you guys what I do with the backgrounds. Maybe I'll post that later. All right, the big reveal. Let me get this out of the way so I can wipe these off. Yeesh, messy. Okay, so this one didn't absorb as much of the ink, but I can use it because I can do something with the top. And then this one absorbed almost all of it because it was the first one that I pressed. Cool, right? That one looks really neat. I almost need to press that one again. Anyway, neato. So I'm gonna let these dry. And then the very last one I have, let me get rid of some of this messy. The very last one I have is going to be blues like the sky, because I really want to, a friend of mine lost her pet, and I want to use that stamp set that is like the Rainbow Bridge. And I thought it might be kind of good to have, like, this might make a kind of a neat sky effect. So I'm going to use some blue and darker blue. This is Bluebird. And then, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've used my metallics, but I'm just going to put a little bit, see, they're not mixed very well. Hold on. They're gross. Okay, I'm going to squirt a little bit of metallic blue or metallic silver in there and try to get that swirled up and see what I come up with. Okay, last cards. The main thing, it's not really the time that it spends on the shaving cream, it's just that everything has to touch it. And when you wipe it off, it has absorbed the color. All right, and then I'm going to, I think I need to add a few more drops of color. If you ever want to try this and you don't have reinkers, I'm your girl. I have a lot of them. Okay. And then I'm going to swirl that again. All right. My fingers have ink all over them now. This is so messy. All right. Ta-da! Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm going to splotch that a little bit so it doesn't have quite so much white. Okay. Get rid of the tray. And I have paper towels. You'll need a lot of paper towels. And you basically just wipe it off for the reveal. Ta-da! That looks really cool. That almost looks more like water to me than sky, so that would work. And let me get the other one. Oh, the silver really went on that one. It's cool. Ta-da! Okay. All right, Ooh, that's neat. Okay, I know I can do something fun with that. I'll play around with these backgrounds after they're dry, and I'll make some cards, and I'll let you know how they turn out. Thanks.